I wrote a program to add two numbers. Here I've declared two numbers, num1 and num2, and here I have the sum of them, which is equal to num1 plus num2. So num1 is 3, num2 is 4. The sum of num1 and num2 should be 7. 3 plus 4 is 7, and it's already saved. If I run it, here I'll hit refresh. Oops, this is commented out. I commented out to document.write. So let me save it again, and I'll give it a run. And it says, here's the sum 34. Well, that's a little strange. 3 plus 4 should be 7. Well, what happened is it concatenated, it plussed together, the word is concatenation, 3 and 4, just stuck them together because it did not recognize that 3 and 4 were numbers. It treated them like characters. And the word for a bunch of characters in computer science is a string, S-T-R-I-N-G. So it treated them as strings, it just stuck them together. If I want JavaScript to recognize them as numbers, all I need to do is remove the quotes, and you notice now it becomes red, it's highlighted in red. So JavaScript, if you put in quotes, it thinks it's a string. If you leave off the quotes, it treats it like numbers. Now, you can of course only do this with numbers. If I put like a letter here, I'll just get an error. It thinks it's a variable. So as long as I have numbers, I've got to leave off the quotes, and then it'll treat them like numbers and add them correctly. And I'll save it and I'll run it again, and you can see now it adds them correctly. There's one other issue. What if I wasn't just declaring two numbers, 3 and 4, for example? What if I was prompting the user for two numbers? So let me prompt for a number. I'll just say enter number. You need a second set of quotes. And let me prompt them for another number. I'm not typing that well today. I don't think I ever typed that well. All right, so let me do this again. So I'll say enter another number. Okay, so I'm prompting them for two numbers. Now I'm going to add them up, and we'll see what the sum of them is. So enter a number, I'll do 3. Enter another number, I will say 4. And you can see, again, it did not add them. It just stuck them together. The reason is when you prompt a user for information, it assumes, it thinks that they're strings, they're characters, and just sticks them together. So if I want input to be treated like a number, I have to use a special keyword, conveniently called number, and I will just put that around my prompt. So I'm declaring both of these prompts to be numbers. Now I'll save it and refresh it and run it again. Let's see if it works. This time I'll enter two different numbers just to be exciting. So I'll enter 5 and 6. And in fact, the sum of 5 and 6 is 11. So just to recap, if you're declaring something as numbers, you're okay, and I can do it again, as long as, I'll comment that out, as long as you don't put quotes around it, JavaScript knows that you're talking about numbers. So in this case, 4 and 4 are numbers. If you're prompting a user for numbers, you must use the keyword number around it, or JavaScript will think that you're talking about strings and will concatenate them together. So you will often find this keyword number. It'll be very useful. There's other ways of treating things as numbers. You can use keywords parse int and parse float, but we won't get into that now. The simplest way of doing it is just to say number around what you're prompting the user for. That's it. Get to work.